Continue.
The recording is in progress, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you guys are ready for another Spades Community show. I'm your host, Bobby Love. Yes, you heard correctly, and let's get this thing started. So we've got some interesting updates. There's some things that are going on right now. I can tell you guys at least this much. I have gotten a chance to look over some of the social site and just some of the inner workings of what's going on. And it's really actually pretty good. I mean, look, I want everybody to keep in mind that we are building this together as a community. So is everything going to be perfect? No. But I mean, even with that in mind, I really want to say that from my experience so far, and there are some tweaks to be made, but the general layout and the foundation of what I got to go through and look at is really, really good. It's laid out very logically. I like a lot of the plugins and just the utility that this is going to provide for everybody in the community and everybody who owns Spade Token right now is just, it's fantastic. It's exactly what we were looking to find. So switching gears just a little bit, tonight we're going to be talking to Mathues, which he's going to be going over some of the stuff that we have going on with the banking and the wallet. And actually, maybe just to kind of get that started, Stephen, if you want to kind of touch on that, and then we can bring on Mathues to talk a little bit more about what's going on.
Sure. A few real quick updates. Bobby, I did actually get the email for your friend request. We do have beta testers. It's good to see that the system is sending emails to people when it's supposed to notify them of the things that they want to be notified about. Dr. Michael, who is on the call, he sent us over all the signed off legal opinion paper. That'll be up on the website soon for people who actually want to read a legal opinion paper. Most people don't really care to do that.
It was fantastic.
Oh, good. And we strive to bring the best of the internet to this place and work with people who are really at the forefront. I've known Mathues for quite a long time, one of my oldest friends, and he's been working in technology for forever, basically. Actually, his dad was quite famous for building mapper systems, which you're welcome to talk about that. I mean, he's a legacy, basically. And his group, the GAIA Global group, because they've got a lot of things in there from the treasury to a variety of things that he can tell us about, is somebody that we're working with. And the biggest piece of our last puzzle, which they're just about, I guess they're in beta testing now, has to do with exchanges with a wallet on it, and even potentially banking connected to it. So actually, I'll just let Mathues explain it, but he's going to need to unmute his mute.
Technology guru.
Awesome hat, by the way.
Okay, there we go. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Excellent. You look good.
All right. Oh, thank you. Been getting some sun out here.
That's right. He's in hot Arizona.
Yes.
Oh, I love it there.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you would,
I'm happy to share whatever I can.
Yeah, let us know what's going on with GAIA Global, and obviously to our community. Well, first of all, with all that we've already done, there's no place else I'd rather go than an exchange that you have control over. I know it will be handled properly and the technology will be good, and the wallets, and then whatever else you would like to share. But I know that's probably most important to our people, because that's the biggest missing piece to launch everything on the site. Otherwise, it's 90% ready to go.
Well, we're essentially in the same status. Percentiles probably 95% right now of everything being operational. And that is including a bank and a card and a exchange. That is an online bank. And we're also in the process of getting a physical bank. So all these things create the expansion of an ecosystem that is very complementary to everything that everybody's envisioning.
Okay. Yeah, I was telling the people earlier that we're actually, as part of the extra bit of development, that one of the people is looking at writing the code so that when people ask for a wallet from you and it comes from our site, then they'll be able to connect that wallet to our cloud credit system, so that when we cash out the cloud, people want to cash out their cloud credit, since we as a community will have a wallet, the same wallet, your wallet, then it'll allow us to move the tokens over pretty seamlessly to the user who wants to do the cash out, since the token is just $1. So if someone cashes out 100 tokens, they just bought 100 Spades tokens based on whatever the value is on your exchange at that moment.
Right, exactly. That's definitely the operational, it's beyond a vision, the mechanics of that are in place, not only for you, but whoever else it makes sense with to do that with. Mm-hmm.
That's something that I think really is the next big step that's kind of missing on the internet in this whole crypto space in particular, is this seamless movement. We had some people who, when they got Spades tokens, they got them with Tron, but they had to move Bitcoin over from Coinbase over to like a Clever wallet. And then once they got there, since Spades is in, or Tron is in Clever, but Tron is not supported on Coinbase, then they have to swap their coins, and then they have to make a move. So I, for one, think it's really critical that we have locations where people can have the exchange and they can have the wallet, and there are capabilities like what you're talking about, especially if you can connect an account with the bank and then ultimately get a debit card, because all those things are out there, but they're just not all really in one place that I'm aware of.
Yes, exactly. We have all the functionality of that built into our system. I wanted to send you a demo link. I didn't get a chance to do that, but I will, so you can kind of poke around, and we're in the final beta testing of those functionalities. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Anything else you'd like to cover?
Let's see. Well, I mean, this is just super needed, isn't it? I mean, the fact that we have services like PayPal and Venmo that have the ability to freeze your account, if they don't like the way you're doing business. I mean, it's one thing to have compliance that's capable of determining if you're doing truly something risky or not. But yeah, I just really despise having a middleman, determining, oh, we're making too much money too fast, and then these suspicious security flags go up. I know
a lot of people who have had that issue with PayPal. And even I'm reticent to say, let's collect funds through PayPal as one way if people are wanting to buy cloud credits or buy into the prosperity program. I mean, there might be 1,000 people in a, let's just say in a week, who decide that they want to join the VIP club and get the prosperity program package at $25. Well, I could just see them saying, oh, well, you guys all of a sudden brought in 25,000, even though you're a business, you're verified. We don't, that's not part of your normal activity. So we're now freezing your funds, or we're just going to refund them to people, which would be problematic because the system would still, they would still have all their cloud credits and everybody has to get paid out and the funds distributed to the members in that particular instance. And it would also stop us from being able to say, great, hey, this $25,000 just came in and 20,000 of that is specifically for buying our Spades tokens off your exchange. So I like the idea of there being a bank where funds can go into that are the dollars that come from the cloud credits. So those dollars are backing the cloud credits, but then they're automatically used on your exchange to buy Spades tokens. Now we have the Spades tokens, and when you want to cash out, the Spades tokens are already sitting there. We bought them with the dollars that they came into at the first place. So we have a zero debt system.
Mm-hmm. Yep, agreed. Yeah, that's a beautiful scenario. Mhm.
Well, I guess we're kind of doing the same thing, putting all that's necessary for people to do things in one location, or as many as you can based on what it is that you're doing. You're handling over the financial side, and over here we've basically got a community that's got eBay, LinkedIn, Facebook, of PayPal, because you can move funds between members, all in one simple location.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it works. Yeah, we have seamless solutions. Yep, definitely. So we're super excited to bring you these as soon as possible and empower everybody to be able to, you know, envision whatever they want. The sky's the limit.
That's exactly the idea. We're hoping that we'll be able to have everything integrated by July 1st. So before the end of the month. It sounds, from our discussions, it sounds like we should be able to hit that target.
Yeah, we feel that that would be reasonable. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Bobby?
Well, I mean, I would say really, Stephen, I would say at this point, we could go ahead and maybe talk to Dr. Michael as he is on the call, if he would like to talk to us.
Well, it's 3:30 in the morning or later than that now for him, but I'll give him the option if he feels like it. He was nice enough to stay up. I believe he's over in Austria at the moment. So it's, I think.
Yeah, that's correct. Good morning here from Austria.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, first of all, let me tell you that I'm excited about Spades and great to be part. And whatever I can do to support and assist, I'll be there. And I know Stephen for many, many years. We have worked on different occasions also together. And yeah, what I was listening and hearing is exactly what I expected, professional setup. And this is, yeah, I'm into cryptocurrencies since 2015. I own quite a few of them as well. And yeah, I can see the challenges, what you just mentioned, Stephen, by exchanging from Coinbase over to this whole thing, because that's certainly one of the reasons why many people are reluctant to go forward with those things, especially getting tokens from different companies that go up, or new businesses that just want to do sit and jump on the on this bandwagon for cryptocurrencies. So I think there is something that you got there that seems to be very unique, and this is yeah, I'm looking forward to get the into the beta testing and see how together we can improve and get the system set up correctly so that the world can benefit from it. Long before Bitcoin was there, I was talking to Stephen about this type of different currencies and the world supply of money. And I think it was 2008 or something, or 2007, I think, actually, when we had some discussion about it. And I'm pretty much involved in visionary things, and usually get many egg on my face because I'm one of those guys that go ahead with new ideas that can change the world and rattle the markets. And that's really what I like to do. But I'm always being, how can I say, I always stayed very well calm and being one of the type of person that judges things in a different perspective, but still without being getting nuts or crazy on those things. I've got a good understanding. I speak 5 languages, and I've been traveling around the world, and I'm 60 years old.
Well, there's a good bio. Actually, I can tell you, yeah, I mean, Dr. Michael, and I'm going to give him his doctor, you know, he's got his PhD, I believe it's in economics. He was also nice enough to prepare the legal opinion paper. Even though he's over in Austria, he still has an address in Florida as well. And what you see on the screen, actually, you see the UB World support. So he's been into community building actually for a couple decades.
Yep.
And it was nice. We spoke the other day and he was telling me, yes, we will we will bring the UB group over to work in this area as well, because we have some things that aren't there. UB has some things that we don't do, but that's going to be an incredible group of people because they are marketing people, and we'll give them the tools they need to market, and they bring the experience to maybe even help with some of the education that we'll provide to the newer members, since we're going to be having a lot of people who are not as nearly as experienced. And we know this because of the charities. Like Bobby and I were speaking with Carla yesterday, and all the things, the way she wants to use the community for the 100+ kids that are working or, in Dream Culture USA. So they want to run businesses on there. They want to sell things. They want to be able to market. I think the wealth of experience you bring, Dr. Michael, will be great. And I should mention it was on Facebook, so people probably know, because that's mostly where they get info from us right now. But Dr. Michael was kind enough to take over the chairman and start the advisory board for us. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So we'll get the advisory board group together soon, and then members will be able to come in and say, look, I would like to participate. And, this way there's a location where people can actually share their information. And depending how they do that, then it'll be up to Dr. Michael to ask or invite specific people that are going to promote and make that advisory board work as efficiently as possible to be those board members for that advisory board. So I'll come check it out too, of course. So.
Well, I think that we will all be going to check that out. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the way that this community begins to shape itself. I mean, with the ability to create groups, you can, and Stephen, you have to maybe correct me a little bit here, but basically you can create a group that then puts forward something to the administration to be voted on, right? So you can establish something within our community and put forth, topics that, or things that you would like to see added or changed. I mean, and that's really what I think one of the biggest takeaways that I hope people can get from the call tonight, besides obviously the crazy stuff that the wallet will provide for everybody. But as we begin to launch this, we really want your feedback. We want everybody to feel like they have something that they can want to see change, that they're willing to talk about. And I don't know, Stephen, do we have, where would, like, if somebody was going to have any suggestions on what they would like to see changed, where would they go to do that as we start to bring out these test accounts for people to get?
Okay. So under the groups section of the site, which is connected through your social profile, and we've also made you a hot quick link out of the dashboard, because it really is such a big deal. It's not really just this portion of the social networking parts of the site. So there will be categories for groups to go into. And there's one category that is specifically committees. So if you create a group under the category of committee, what you've done is you've just created a committee. So anybody in the community can create a committee that they feel there's a need for, or it's just what they want to do. And once their committee reaches a certain number of people, because enough of the community needs to participate to make it, bring it to the forefront, then they will be able to make presentations to the advisory board, or in some cases, depending on what it's about, the board of directors. And the advisory board or the other board will take that presentation, see what it is that they're suggesting. And as long as it doesn't violate any of our principles, which are in the terms, in other words, it's not the committee to everybody should go be mean to somebody. We try to have a basic kind committee, or a community where people are helping one another versus being nasty to one another. So at any rate, if they bring something forward that they feel should be done and it's fine, then we will put that out to a complete vote. I should show you for the whole community. So it's going to be up to the community. And I don't expect that everyone in the community or even 50% of the community is necessarily going to vote on things. That doesn't even happen when we have a vote here in the United States. Let me just make sure I'm on the right page here. Okay. And then I can share my screen. So, okay. So in this area here, since everybody will be going to their dashboard, there will be important news that you need to know. We have this upcoming vote. Whatever is critical that we think the community needs to know will be in this area that's white right now. But our developer will be working on where we put that information so that it's fed into here. It's not like a normal web page. It'll be feed driven information. And there will be a page where all of that is cataloged. So if you don't show up for a bit and you want to go see what was the important news, then you'll be able to do that. You can actually see all what's coming along here. So here's the cloud credits, the event system. And by the way, you'll notice how much faster the site works from our other meetings. We've been getting that issue resolved. So you can add your events. You can go to all the events. Is there a price for your event? If you want to sell a ticket, do you want to add the ticket? Whatever kind of ticket you want to do. Is it a URL? Maybe it's even in a group. We will have private groups like the VIP Prosperity Club. You have to get a membership, and that way it's the only way you get into that group. The whole social system is up and running over here. And initially, when you go to your social profile, you'll just get the whole community feed, just like Facebook, and then you can go into your own area and do all your personal stuff that you want to do. Add photos, videos, audio files, other files that you may want to be able to share with people, whatever the case may be. So that's all working, and people are beta testing that now. As I said, we've made a hot link to the social groups. It's going to be real simple. You come along and you say, create a group. Group name, group decision, and we are having our developer then add one more setting here for the categories, but we have to add more categories. Right now, there's only committee category. So there you go. Let's see what else we got here. So the affiliate system, the auctions, all of this is completely working. So no more development here. All right, you can go add your auction. If you want to sell something, you can edit things. You'll get a reminder if you bid on something, then it reminds you, and when you know what's coming up in case you're losing the bid and you need to make another bid, or you can go to all auctions and look and see what's available from everybody. And you can see we have been beta testing these things. And there's still little things we need to do, like move this down, just like an inch. So that's the last thing that we're going to be doing here actually is all of the design work. Our developer's been quite clear that we should have everything developed, and then we can come in and we can have the graphic designers go to work. I mean, this looks pretty clean to me, but even the whole front page will have a makeover. Once we're on the exchange, there'll be a feed. You'll be able to see in real time what's going on, what exchanges we're on, as we add additional ones. There's a little tiny bit more to be done here. This is where you will find your link to share with other people. And then we're in the process of creating splash pages and banners to make it easier for people to go out and promote this if that's what they want to do. So all coming along pretty quickly. Your account details, addresses if you're having something shipped to you, things that you've ordered, and of course, you can log out. So there we go. Yep. Let me stop sharing. So there's all those community functions. And again, you know, people don't need to do everything. And there will be virtual assistants to help you in certain areas that show you how to navigate through it. But it's pretty intuitive as it is right now. You just have to go to your dashboard and then decide where do you want to go. Auctions, into your cloud credit wallet. Do you want to go to the event section? I think most people will spend time at the social pages and in the groups participating, and you know, hopefully creating their own groups as well, just for fun, or you know, all the reasons that they do.
Well, I guess for tonight's call, that will probably sum up everything that we've kind of want to update people on. You know, we are going to continue to do these calls every Tuesday at 7:30. That's Mountain Time. Stephen, is there anything else you'd like to leave everybody with?
No, that's pretty much it. And we're going to do our very best to try and keep most of the calls to a half hour or less. Just, you know, real quick updates for people on what's happening. And then after the full launch, we'll decide and see what needs to be done. But these things then will probably be shared in groups. Like Dr. Michael's already said he would create a marketing group. Or was that you? Somebody told me, someone who's a good marketer told me they were
Well,
going
we
to create.
certainly need also different times for different areas in the world, because I mean, the expansion has to be global for those things. And this time in Europe, I mean, I'm usually in the US, but when I'm in Europe, it's now nearly 4 o'clock in the morning. People are fast asleep, you know, and I think that's important to bear that in mind.
I'm sure that you'll help us out, just like you did with the Peace Day Global broadcast when you did things in what, German, Spanish, English,
French, Italy.
yes, French and Italian. So we will be leaving that to you at your convenience, and with other people who come from that part of the world who decide that they want to get involved because they think this is a pretty neat idea to have essentially like a mini digital nation where you got a lot of stuff that you can do.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I just looked up what you just presented. It looks clean and a few more things to do, and probably a bit more attractive design needs to be done. But
Yes,
in principle, that's looking good.
yeah. Right now, we're only worried about functionality.
I understand, yes. Because
And
it looks
then,
like I'm in the year 2000, you know.
yeah, you know, I'll tell you this. I don't want it to look too slick and too clean. Like we want, because we're going to have a lot of people through the charities who are even perhaps getting their first accounts online.
I understand. I'm fully aware. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying that not everything needs to be improved, but some parts, certainly the main dashboard needs to look different if you want to have it attractive, you know.
Yes, and I'm happy to take any suggestions that people have. Hopefully I won't get so many in there contradictory, but I'm, you know, like
you will watch it.
But yeah, we're going to bring in the graphic designer once our developer tells us, okay, now you can go, you know, mess with the pages.
We just had to get something up for the community, so we'll be live. And the website is indeed 80% faster.
So there we go. I want to thank everybody who showed up tonight, and we will be sharing this on Facebook. That's where most people go, and we do get a lot of views. So we'll stick it up there for everyone who can't make it at this time, or and are interested to see what's going on.
Stephen, in closing, you have an ETA on when some people can start beta testing. Is that open right now, or we're going to give it a couple more days on the development?
No, a few links have been sent out. Like Bobby mentioned that earlier, and did you get an email, Jack? I did, for a friend request from Bobby.
Oh, Roger, I did that. Yeah, just seeing beta testings and stuff like that.
Yes,
yep,
yes.
I accept it. I'm on it right now in the background.
Right. Now, Dr. Michael's there. A few other people have gotten an invitation. If you want to beta test, let us know.
Roger.
We just have a few rules, you know. If you want to beta test, then you can't go start sending out your affiliate link to tons of people. Okay, because
Right.
as a beta tester, you're getting pre-access to help us make it as good as we possibly can while still launching in a proper time period that's not very far off. Because look, when we go public on an exchange, that's got to coordinate with the community. The two things are two sides of a coin, really. I mean, if we just wanted to throw a token out there like the 5,000 others, like, Mathues was talking about, and Dr. Michael, well, we could just do that. But we're not just throwing out a token. The community is really the purpose of everything. The token supports the community, and the community creates demand for the token, because any demand for the community turns into dollars that buy tokens. So it's all synergistic with one another. So yes, let us know if you want to beta test, but you'll have to agree to what we're saying, and we'll know if you're referring people when you're not supposed to be.
All right, everybody.
That's it.
Well, we want to thank all of you for joining us on another Spades Community phone call, or not really a phone call, meeting, whatever. Anyway, you guys, thank you guys all so much for showing up. For anybody that's watching this, just appreciate everybody out there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Okay, have a
everybody.
good night, a good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Guten Morgen.
Dankeschön.